Hey guys, here we are. It's our first attempt at going over a translation in this way. I'm going to try to be quick here and relatively quiet because it's kind of late and the kids are asleep. So here we go. Right off the bat, sorry, your job is to just listen right now, and the Ed puzzle will prompt you for comments, and then at the end, I will have the correct translation for you to copy down. So just listen and try to process what's going on here. All right, so we're going to start off with the date. And I know the book tells you the 18th of January, but you should really have it as 13 days before the calends of February, which is what it says here. Milo, nominative, set out. The first part of this is actually the hardest. Milo set out to Lanuvium from which town he was, meaning like he was from that town, and was then the dictator or like the person in charge. For the purpose of appointing a priest, which is a gerundive phrase, we kind of covered that for the National Latin exam. You can see the ND here, and ad can translate as for the purpose of. And postere die on the following day. So this guy Milo, who was a pretty prominent politician, he sets out from Rome to Lanuvium, which is south of Rome. Clodius ran into him around the 9th hour, so relatively early in the day, a little above Boili, returning from Aricia. Now, Aricia, if you're going south from Rome on the Via Appia, is the first like major town. And so this guy Clodius, who was also a prominent politician, he was allied with Julius Caesar. He is traveling north, while this guy Milo from a different faction, almost like Democrats and Republicans, not quite, but is traveling south on the same road. So anyway, returning from Aricia, you can see the present participles. This part's a little weird. Moreover, he had been addressing. That's a tough verb form. It's alicutis erat. He had been addressing the town councilman of Aricia. So Clodius was doing business, political business south of Rome. Clodius rode on a horse. Almost 30 lightly armed servants. Ut, not followed by the subjunctive. We don't see this often, but translates as kind of like as. So, as was the custom at that time for those making a journey. I think they give that to you in the note. You can see the present participle for those making each a journey. Sequabanter followed. Gladius Sancti, and then give that to you, armed with swords. So 30 servants armed with swords. All right, it's one way to travel. There were, with Clodius, also 3 of his companions. So 3, like, I guess, I don't know, friends of his, of which one was a Roman knight, equestrian, it's like the wealthy class. 2 notable men from the commoners, or from the plebeians. Clodius was a populares. He was, his political faction was all about the people. So he would have people with him that were just commoners. Milo rode Rida, they should have given it to you in the note. Hopefully you looked it up. Milo rode in a carriage with his wife Fausta, the daughter of Lucius Sulla, the dictator. So we briefly have talked about Marius and Sulla. They had a civil war prior to this, and so these are very important people. And Milo had married into this family. And one of the funnier names, and Marcus Fufius, his close friend. So Milo's got his wife and his good buddy Marcus Fufius with him. A large column of servants, or a large line of servants, followed them. So it looks like Milo is riding a little bit more. He's got a carriage. He's got his wife with him. He's got a large line of servants. Looks like he is traveling with a little bit more prestige. And then we find out here, among which were also gladiators. And out of which two, you can kind of put the verb to be in here, like of which two were famous, Eudemus and Beria. So apparently these are two famous gladiators, like gladiators are like the athletes of their day. So it's like LeBron and Kevin Durant traveling with a politician. I don't know, that's a terrible analogy, but so Milo's got some gladiators with him, and it sounds crazy, but they were used for kind of intimidation, and they were used to kind of create like a gang, and these were gangs that were basically traveling around supporting their politician that they were allied to. So so those in the back of the line, Iantes from the verb to go, it's got that present participle. So those in the back of the line going slower began to fight with the servants of Publius Clodius. So these two gangs, essentially, we'll call them, traveling on the same road, which is an ancient road, and they get past each other, and of course the people in the back, something must have been said, and the fight breaks out between these two groups of people. So all right, that's essentially it. That's the setting of the stage of this whole chapter. So you have all the followers of Milo and all the followers of Clodius meeting on a road. These guys have opposing political views, and the people that they're with, they know there's tension, and a fight breaks out. And so we'll see what happens. All right. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to hit, and I